How are you doing? I am DJ Skelly Marks in the house. Okay, so today I want to give you guys another official update with my light system and where I'm at with bringing it to the market. I figured out how I want to do the main bulk of the system, which I created a control panel. Basically, this control panel will be the heart of the entire system, and all you would have to do is buy the modular lights and buy all the extras to it, and it will sync up automatically, and you'll be able to control it with that control panel. Um, First, let me show you guys. No, don't do that. Um, I started with this van basically, and with this new version of the script, I added a face wizard. So basically, when you put this follower script into any light source, even if it's a car. When you click on it, it'll give you the option to select the specific face that you want to light up. So now you don't have to do a bunch of like adding extras to your car. You can already work with the existing light sources in your car. I kind of want to show you how to work that. So if your chair has like a seat on it, you would just hold Control and select it. We're gonna go ahead and reconfigure it. So what the face wizard does, it highlights the specific face on the linked object. Um, what you can do is select it until you find the face that you want to be the light. So in this case, it would be this little strip of lighting here. Once you hit yes and then hit done, boom, it is locked in and it'll start changing colors and everything. And you do that for all your light sources and everything like that. And it's just going to work seamlessly. You ain't got to think about it too much. Just I made it as easy as possible to pick up. You can reset the face by hitting /99 and start over, or you can just control click and hit reconfigure, just like you saw me do. Let's jump into this control panel. So this is what the control panel looks like for now. I'm going to improve it and make it better to make it more animated and everything. But all you need is a click, and let me show you. You'll turn it on, and basically this is what the lights are going to look like. I have it to where you can set your brightness settings. So I think the sweet spot for a vehicle specifically would be 5%, and that will light up the car. And you'll actually get the glow in the lights coming off of it. It looks good without the brightness as well, but if you want to add some ambience and some vibe and actually see the lights change and everything, I recommend putting it anywhere between 5 and 10%. Okay, next. You can affect the speed at which it goes. I have a tutorial script in there as well. So basically, if you need help learning how to use all this, even though it's for still very easy, but sometimes we just need help figuring out how to do certain things, or without wanting to mess up everything. You can hit help, and basically this brings up some pages. Page one will actually teach you how to, you know, everything that will go in the note card is basically in its own script. It's in a script. So you drop the panel into your controller panel, which you ain't even gotta worry about that part because the control panel is already gonna be set up and done everything. All you gotta do is buy the main control panel and then you buy all the auxiliary lights. Okay, then you can touch each follower like you just saw me do, and then do that. So next page. This explains all the static colors, the moods, the animations, and the BPM mode. Which the BPM mode is it'll sync to a specific BPM. Also have a tap to find the BPM on there as well, which is cool. Basically, you just tap on you'll enable it and you tap on the. I'll demonstrate in a minute. But you'll tap on the control panel and it will find the BPM. I recommend not doing every kick and every snare. I would recommend just doing every snare. That usually will give it the right amount of pulse that'll seem like it's really synced up. I'll just demonstrate that before the video is over. Next page. So this explains the brightness and all that stuff and like how to achieve certain vibes and just a couple of recommendations for you just to get you started. I mean, you can play with it and figure out exactly how you want to do it. Um, like I said, with the BPM mode, this will teach you how to use it and teach you what everything does, and it'll also give you some recommended BPMs for some common styles of music. Next, and then here's the recommendations for settings. So you can follow this to, dial it in and make it a no-brainer and make it really easy. So I made this script as no-brainer as I possibly can. Let's click on that again. I've included 18 moods. So you have 2 pages of moods, and they all have specific vibes. They cycle through different kind of colors, with the exception of these. This is like like a more orangish. This is like the darker orange and reds. This is like a lava. I like the lava because the way once you see the light bar, it'll make more sense because it actually kind of fades in and out like lava. And then you have energy, night, aurora, relax, focus, romance. You've seen these ones in the last script, but I've also added another page of them. So party would be, of course, rainbow and everything just flashing through random colors. Cozy for like reading and stuff. Meditate. It's more purple. Um, this is one of my favorites. It symbolizes. It makes it look like it's like a thunderstorm. So you guys can get really creative with this one specifically. So like if you have a skybox and you want to really make it seem like it's raining or something like that, you can use that too. And like in addition to some sounds and stuff, maybe I'll add some sounds to this. I have to figure out how I'm gonna go about that, but we'll see. I mean, you have cherry, which is more like whites and pinks, like a white pinks, like cherry blossoms. Cyber, forest, dark greens, gaming, and then cinema. Okay, let's go back. And then I still have the animations in here, so you can put on to make it look like it's a flickering candle. You got the twinkle, you got the breathe, which is like the pulsing in and out. See, I just see it looks really good. This reminds me of Star Wars, actually. In the opening when the words are going across the screen. And then the strobe, as you see what it's doing, and then the rainbow mode, and it just flashes through all the different colors. That's the offer. Let's put on a song so we can test out BPM mode. And let's see. What do I have today? That's perfect. Okay. So we're gonna sync this up to the BPM. So go to modes, BPM, tap on, then we're gonna go. And that's going to be around 64. I like the lower ones because then you can actually see them flash through the colors and it actually pulses and everything. So you just got to play with it to get it right. Just turn up the pulse. It goes in increments of 5. 1 is the max. And you can also manually change the BPM like clicking and stuff. We're going to need the brightness to be on actually so we can see. So we'll turn up the brightness about 10%. And we can do it faster too. I mean, if you want to have the true BPM of the song, just tap it with every kick and every snare that you hear. We can test it now. You gotta make sure tap is on. So let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try that again. Make sure it's right. 1, 2. Yeah. There we go. That seems more accurate. I think I'm gonna tweak this a little bit more so the change is more drastic and you can actually see it pulsing on and off. I think before I release it, I'm going to make that change. Because right now it seems like it's going slow. But it's on beat though. But there you have it. I also have a couple of other versions to where it's going to change. Let's turn the music down some. Where it's going to change